We're
Okay.
live. Hello, Chris. How are you today?
Good, Justin. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. We're going to be talking about playing cards, and it's funny because playing cards have sort of been on my mind lately because well, for a few different things. For one, I just received the Pythagorean Tarot, which I forget the fellow's name, but Rachel Pollock. She in her little section in the book Tarot Wisdom, she talks about uh, well, in the section on numerology, she talks about the Pythagorean Tarot. That's one of the decks she mentions. And so I went down this sort of rabbit hole with that, and I couldn't find the deck because it was super rare. But I managed to get a copy of the book. So, I was reading that book, and he recommended a book. But it's really, really good for numerology, and really, really helped me in a lot of ways, and certainly got me more interested. So that came, and I was also at the same time doing like a lot of focusing on elements, um, because I felt that that's where I could use some work, was doing some elemental work. And playing cards, I feel like, are a way that you could, because if you think about it, if you're using playing cards for divination, you're taking away the major arcana, um, and the majors are a huge function of tarot. I mean, and most of us probably look at the majors a little more majorly, or put a little more emphasis on them in readings. I tend to do anyway. I look at them as more or less the major archetype of the reading, whereas the pips are like the not secondary, but they're like, I guess, specifics. You know what I mean? And that's the way I always thought of it. But when you're dealing with playing card readings, you don't have the majors, and so that does a few things differently, I think, than tarot. It sort of shifts the focus more on elements and on numerology. Um, I know a lot of people don't read with numerology. They use different systems and so forth. So whatever system you would use, that's what it would shift to. But I feel like it's just mostly elements and numerology. So I think that is very beneficial. But so anyway, and then on top of that, I got a couple of decks that I've been waiting for, and so I was like, well, let's talk about playing cards today. So first off, Chris, did I
Sounds good.
even say hello to you? And yeah, I asked
You
you
did?
how, did I
Yeah.
ask you how you were doing? I'm like
Yep.
already running my gabs here. Um, so how do you feel about playing cards, Chris?
I've not really used them much for divination. I could probably, so I'm going to give it a go and have a go at like kind of just treating it like the minors in a tarot deck. I know that there's other ways to do it. There's like traditional playing card divination, I think, is a wee bit different.
Yeah.
I've watched Kelly at the Truth and Stories, one of her videos on it, and I think it works quite differently than that. But yeah, that's kind of how I would use it, and that's what I'm kind of intending to kind of give a go.
Cool.
Um, but do you want me to pull up a list of who's here and say a quick hello to
Oh
everybody?
yes, let's say yes, please. This is why I have Chris on my channel, because my ADD is like, I start talking about something and he's like, he's the adult here, folks.
Right, okay, so we've got Robin from Toadstool Tarot. We have Sandra from the Whispering Well. We've got Simon from the Hermit's Cave. We've got
Hello,
Nancy
Simon.
Texas Rose. We've got Nancy Acrone's
Nancy.
Intuition. So the two Nancys. Um, some loser called Justin Michael. We've got
Oh,
Jackie
not him.
Jacaranda.
Get the
we've
mods
got
on him. Get him banned.
we've got the lovely Earl. We've got Carol, and we've got Deanne from Blue Crescent Tarot. So
Nice.
hello to everyone.
Hello,
How's everyone
everyone.
doing? Oh, Sue
Welcome.
C's just popped into my list. I'm trying to work
Nice.
it up. My list is in alphabetical order. When you click on participants on the YouTube chat, it goes into alphabetical order. That I was wondering why people were just randomly appearing in random places there, but that's what it is. So hey everyone, how's everyone doing tonight? What's the
Good to see
chat?
everyone. Wow, there's a lot of people here, huh?
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, see, going live is a totally different dynamic because I'm so used to doing pre-recorded videos. It's like, you have to, of course, say hello to everyone, but leave it to me to forget something like that.
No,
So
it's all right. We're here for the Justin tangents. That's
I
one of the
love
things
you
that we
all.
come here
So,
for.
but yeah, so Chris, about the playing card thing, I haven't really had much experience reading with them either. I don't do it often. I just thought that I might start, but I've always bought playing card decks, and I do
Yeah,
play cards, and I like the art and so forth. So I don't know. I think it's a pretty interesting thing. But um, so I backed this deck on Kickstarter, which is right here, and they have playing card decks, and so, sometimes, like, I don't back a whole lot of playing card decks on Kickstarter, but if it's something I really really want, I'll do it. And this was the King Arthur uh, playing cards. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Has anybody else seen this? It's a
I've not
really
seen it.
cool little card deck, and the covers, as you can see, the outer box is beautiful. It has like that gold foil kind of stamping, and it's just really really posh. But I found myself a little disappointed. And my criticism might be unfair here because it is a playing card deck, but I just hope that they're, like, for instance, there's no reference to Merlin. It's missing a few key elements, but I'm just going to briefly show you the cards. So I showed you the box. It came with this, like, certificate too, which was pretty cool. And it just says on the back, it says this certifies that this certificate is proudly presented to one of the 775 fearless knights that back the deck and so forth. And then it's signed by King Arthur himself, which is pretty fun. Hope King Arthur's doing well. Um, and the company is Rifle Shuffle. So it's rifleshuffle.com. I was really
Do you say
excited about,
rifle shuffle? I say
yeah, or,
raffle shuffle.
well, Rifle Shuffle, tomato, tomato.
Right,
But
okay.
I think I do say Riffle Shuffle, but for some reason I just said Rifle
Yeah,
Shuffle.
you just
But yeah,
interchange between the two.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't criticizing. I think there's a lot of people that do. You're probably right to say rifle, but I don't know. I've just always said riffle.
Yeah,
I'm
I
probably wrong.
honestly I don't know why I said it. It's weird, but just kind of came out. But these are the pips, and I don't know if you can see that, but it has like a little Celtic kind of design in the middle. I'm going to just show you the core cards and the aces because that's where all the major art is. But that's the ace. These are the jesters. Okay, and I'm going to show a couple of quartz here. So these are the core cards. So I think they're really nice. The card quality is nice. It has like that linen finish, and I like the backs and so forth. But I was looking through, and I was like, there's no Merlin, at least that I could see. And
Mm.
I don't know. I guess I just expected more. I don't know, but they are playing cards, and they're really nice. Don't get me wrong. But then I was on, and so that was the green box. Of course, I have the red box, which is exactly the same. And then I was kind of going through Amazon or somewhere. No, it was somewhere I saw an ad where the King's Wild Project had an Arthurian tarot, and I saw them, and they looked beautiful. I mean, they absolutely look beautiful. So I have the package here. I just received from King's Wild, and I haven't opened it yet. So I was just going to unbox this here with you guys
Yeah,
because
a
I haven't
cheeky wee
seen it.
unboxing.
Yeah, so we're going to do a little unboxing here. Is that all right with you guys in the chat? Hopefully, I can do an
Fire away.
unboxing.
I'll have it whilst you're opening that. I'll have a look and see what comments there are.
Yeah, I
So
promise I won't do this the whole video. I
Simon's
ordered.
doing good. He's nice and relaxed. That's good, Simon.
Good.
There was comments about, so Sue has said that she's got the gold. Would that be the gold? Is there a gold version of that one you were just showing? The
Yes, there is, and I didn't
Right.
get that one. Yeah, I just got the green and the red, unfortunately.
Okay. So
I wonder
Sue's
if
got
the
the
gold
gold.
is that gilded. I wonder, is that the gilded one? Because I know there was a special one.
So you'll need to tell us if it's gilded.
Yeah, I
Um,
think there was one that was gilded, but
Deanne's staying off Kickstarter for a bit. Sensible.
yeah, I don't blame you. These are really nice boxes. When you get these, it's like, I use them for different things. put like a small deck in here, but
Yeah.
so you saw I got a T-shirt, and that was because you get free shipping over a certain price. So
Oh,
basically,
okay.
the T-shirt was almost free. So, and I liked it, and I couldn't find any other decks that I wanted. Oh, wow, these look really, really nice. So this is the Arthurian, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's a nice box.
And by Jackson Robinson is the creator. And then the other one is Robin Hood, actually. Oh,
Oh, Simon was talking about that. He says there's
yeah.
a Robin Hood one out. He
Oh,
thinks they should sell it in Nottingham.
yeah, I mean, they should. That's like his neighborhood, right? So,
Yeah.
and luckily today I have a knife, so I can open them. Because otherwise it'll take me 3 days to open this thing up. But yeah, I was really excited about this one because I saw it and it just looked like I thought the other one should. You know what I mean? And that's pretty cool. So it has like the sword is sheathed.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
when you
cool. I
pull,
like
yeah,
that.
so when you pull it out, the sword comes out of the sheath. That's very posh, and it's a nice, almost velvety feeling case. And wow, these are okay. So let me just show you the backs first off. I hope you can see that. It's gold stamping kind of thing. And what do you see the design? It's so
Oh,
nice.
wow. That is so cool. So are they gilded, Justin?
These are not gilded, no.
Right, okay.
But they're not gilded, but it has a lot of gold foil.
There's gilding on the front, yeah. Aye.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is the two. I'm not going to obviously go through all these, but let me find the. Oh, this is really cool. I don't know if this. Yeah, so these are the jokers here. Now the cool thing about these cards is they actually fit in kind of in a picture too. So like, I guess these would be the Joker. So like together,
Ah,
that makes like one image.
yeah.
I'm
What's that
sorry about
called? Is that a
the
chimera?
light. What's that?
Is that a chimera that they make up?
Oh, who?
A chimera? Is that the name of that creature?
Oh, I'm not sure. It looked like a horse. Is that what? Oh no, it's got like a dragon head or something. Yeah, you might be right. It's definitely a mythical creature of some sort.
Yeah. It looks like a chimera.
Somebody press Sandra or somebody would probably know what that's called.
Simon says,
Yeah.
"What's Chris laughing at?" I think I was laughing at Deanne's comment saying, "Show us cards" or something. Simon, I'm not sure. Sorry.
So that's the. This camera's so weird today. I'm having a hard time here.
Oh
But
yeah, it's reversed on StreamYard. I should have told you that. Sorry, Justin.
no, that's okay. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's my first time using StreamYard, and my nerves are a wreck because the last time I went live with Chris, I had a whole bunch of technical problems. So my anxiety level was like, 1,000 out of 100. So, but I'm good now. I'm much better. And I got to say, for all the folks that gave me the tips about StreamYard, it is much easier. I got to say that than Zoom. I mean, way easier. So I'm just going to show you a couple of more here, and then I'll open up the Robin Hood deck for you just so you can see it.
that's
But
really
yeah,
nice.
I mean, they're really, really nice. I really like them. And of course, if you guys want, just let me know, and I could do a full walkthrough of this
Going to show
down the
us a
road.
pip on that one before you
What's
put it
that?
away.
What's
Just
that?
show me a pip, like a normal
Oh
pip,
yeah, yeah,
but just
sure,
two
of
of
course.
spades or something.
Yes. Well, here's this five
Ah,
of
okay, right.
spades.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
lovely.
all the like the Celtic knots and everything on them. It's really, really a nice deck.
Yeah, that is
And these were a lot cheaper than that Kickstarter project. I
right.
think for the two decks, I spent about $40 um, on Kickstarter, and these were $15 each from Kingswild.com, and they
Yeah,
are really high quality. The cardstock is nice and thick, and they just feel superb. They really do. Um, and so, do you guys want to see the Robin Hood one too, or?
yeah, go for it. Robin says, "Stop saying my name. It makes me jump every time you say it."
All right, hold on one second here. Yeah, I really, really like the quality of the box too. It's like velvety. It has like that kind of material. So I will open this one up for you guys.
You feeling a bit more chilled out now?
Yes. Oh, I'm fine now. Yeah, I was just running around. Then of course The sound didn't work when I went on, but it was because I hit the mute button.
Yeah. That old
I'll get
chestnut.
the hang of it. This is only my second live, believe it or not. I think, right? My second live?
It's your second one hosting. You've been on a couple
Yes.
of me as well, don't
Oh,
mind.
I've been on others, yeah. Um, so let me show you the box first, obviously. And it's got that same nice velvety look, and then it also has like it's not a sword in the sheath, but it's it tucks in, so that's pretty cool. And here's the backs. These are a little stuck together, but they're okay.
Nice.
And then this has like an old, like sort of a Middle Ages kind of. I don't know if you can see the. It looks almost like, what you would call that, like cotton or something. Like some kind of something that's been sewed.
Right, yeah.
And then here are the 2 extra cards you get, and these form one image as well. So I guess that's probably Robin Hood and Little John.
Walking through the
Maybe.
forest.
Yeah. This is Simon's neighborhood here, so Simon probably lives like down the street from this place.
Yeah, Simon, do you know that place? Have you been there?
How are Robin Hood and Little John, Simon? And so that's the ace, which looks really cool. And let me just show you a couple of core cards here. These are stuck together, but not like, in a bad way. They're just kind of new. These are what the core cards look like. So I really, really like
Lovely.
this company, and I like this version much better than the Kickstarter version. No offense to them. It is a nice deck, but I think it's just more of this is more of a collectible, I think, this deck, whereas that probably be good for playing, but it has some nice art and they're different. So, and I got it. It's funny because I went downstairs to check for a package, but another package I was waiting for, but I got this other package that is actually a deck of playing cards that I have no idea what it is. So I'm just going to open this really quickly too, just to find out what it is. But I'm going to look in here just to make sure it's not like,
I
oh,
hope
it's not
it's a
even,
deck of cards and not something really dodgy.
I know, like a dildo or something. No, it's not. I'm
Well,
just
I've
kidding.
got to say that, but you said it, so.
I'm like, just kidding.
Over your shoulder.
Oh my, how did this get in here? Someone must have sent me one again as on accident. I swear I didn't order that. No, this isn't even a playing card. This is the deck of, but it's weird because the address on there says something about playing cards. So I thought it was a playing card deck. Oh, well, this one I'll show you another time. So anyway, back to the playing card discussion. So yeah, so
Back
I
to
figured
cards away from dildos.
yeah, exactly. I figured we'd just talk a little more about playing cards and then we would just go right into the reading. So I hope that's all right with everyone.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but I basically just thought, the benefits. Well, what do you think the benefits are, Chris, of reading with playing cards from a tarot perspective?
Well, we're about to find out. To be honest, I've not really read that much with playing cards.
Yeah,
To me, the tarot, the majors are kind of the big anchors, the big light milestone events kind of thing. They're the kind of things that you remember for the rest of your life, and the minors are like kind of perhaps the more everyday, mundane type events, the kind of stuff that we tend to forget about as time goes on.
yeah,
And I mean, obviously the major events are important. That's why we call them major events. But I think sometimes we have a tendency to focus more on the major events, and sometimes what we actually need to focus on is the little things. Like how often do you hear that expression? Like it's the little things that count.
yes,
So I suppose by it's just taking a different point of view into it. It's just looking at things from a slightly different angle and kind of maybe concentrating on the pennies and let the pounds take care of themselves, I guess,
yeah,
is a way of thinking about it. For anyone who's interested in my playing deck, my playing card deck,
yes. Let's see your playing card deck.
I have got. So where are all my UK people? This is Morrison's own pack of playing cards. Who can remember that old Morrison's logo? That was for when I used to work for them years and years ago. So Morrison's is like a supermarket, so it is.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's what I'm using. I don't have any fancy playing cards, neither I do. Um,
I thought that you had the Star Wars one. That's for some reason I thought I remembered you saying you had a Star Wars playing card deck.
no, I was looking at it. I got Simon that for his birthday. Maybe that's why.
That's probably why. Yeah, I thought that you had them.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm using.
Nice. Very cool.
So Justin, do you take the jokers out when you're reading playing cards, or do you keep them in?
So that's interesting that you said that because I was thinking like, how do we like deal with the Joker aspect? I would leave them in, I think, and I have, but some of my decks don't have Jokers. For instance, I have a this is a great deck of cards here too. This is Samuel Hart. And this is by US Games, so it has really nice card stock, and it's an old fashioned
Hmm.
playing card deck. But this doesn't have um, Jokers. So the one thing I thought you could do with two Jokers is you can maybe look at one as say the Fool, and then you can look at the other as the Magician.
World.
Since
Oh, the magician, right?
since they're both sort of the trickster archetype, they both the Fool and the Magician sort of come from that sort of Hermes character, or like the trickster archetype. So for me, I would think I would look at one as sort of like new beginnings, new journeys, um, new or like that blind optimism that comes with the Fool, and then I might look at the other as like the Magician, the more focused
Right, okay. That's
energy of the
interesting.
Magician. That's one way. I mean, of course, you could do whatever you want, but
Yeah, I think if I was going to leave them in, so usually in a deck of playing cards, I think usually, one of the jokers is can you properly see my cards, Matt?
yes, yeah, I can see it at
Um,
that angle perfectly.
yeah, that's fine. So the colours are black and white, and then in the other one it's coloured. So I think I would be tempted to use the black and white one as the full, and the full coloured one as the world, because it's like he goes through his journey and inherits all these colours, I guess.
Yes,
He goes from kind of grayscale to this kind of full coloured version of himself. And it's like the kind of beginnings and endings type idea, I guess.
yeah,
That's how I would use it, but I'm taking the jokers out for today anyway.
okay,
Um,
fair
but I think
enough.
that's what I would do.
And so another question would be, how do you reconcile the not having the knight, because then the knight is in tarot is a huge sort of part. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
To
so
be
in
honest, I think I'm tempted to read the jacks more as knights than pages, to be honest, because
yes,
you've got the aces for that new beginning, that new mindset, that new learner kind of
sure,
I'm feeling. Whereas I feel like you say, the knights are a kind of important archetype. They're basically the action. They're the ones that get all the shit done. They're the worker bees. So
yes,
um, and I could be totally kind of do ballsing this up, to be honest. And maybe someone who's more familiar with reading playing cards will be like, no, no, don't do that.
yeah.
But I think that's maybe what I'm tempted to do. And see how we get on with it.
No, that sounds like a good idea. I was thinking maybe combining them, making it like an androgynous instead of, so you have like the male and the female, king and queen, and then you can have like sort of the androgynous Jack, like
Mm.
maybe have like take sort of elements of like it could be messages, like he could be a messenger of some sort. Youth, obviously, youth stands for a young person of any age, or of any sex rather.
Yeah,
Um, Things like that. You know what I mean? But you could
yeah,
maybe combine the two, like, and then have it as an active card. I don't know. That's something um, that I
yeah.
haven't really thought much about. But how do you feel about like numerology in general, Chris? You seem to really like numerology because you do.
Yeah, definitely. In general, I love numerology. I just like numbers. I've always liked numbers. My degree's in maths, so it is pure mathematics.
Yes.
So I'm a numbers guy. Um, but yeah, working with the tarot through numbers, like you'll often see me when I'm reading. Like I might pull the Three of Swords
Yeah.
in a deck, like the Lightseers or the Everyday Enchantment, where it looks like a traditional Three of Swords that way, the heart with the knives through it and whatnot.
Yes.
Um, I might not necessarily read it in that way. I might read that more in a Marseille style, where it's like creativity of the mind and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I'm big on numerology. Incidentally, I believe that I've read somewhere that you know how the Rider Waite Smith meanings,
Yes.
so you know how like where they kind of differ more starkly from your traditional Marseille, like in the swords, for example. A
Yes.
lot of that is taken from playing card reading.
Yeah.
Um, so the playing cards, the spades. So the way I've watched like one video on this, right? But it was a really good video. It was by Kelly at the Truth and Story, and she kind of it's like a primer on playing card reading. And the way that you know she described it was so you've got like your spades are like the kind of really bad suit. The
Yes.
hearts are the really good suit, and then diamonds are the kind of good suit, sort of good suit, and the clubs are the sort of bad suit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So your spades and that are more akin to what your swords would be in, say, your Rider-Waite Smith,
Yeah.
than what they might be in Marseille, which is more to do with the intellect and the mind, and maybe kind of tackling your own ego and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I think a lot of the Rider-Waite Smith meanings, the ones that kind of deviate from what we would normally associate with the Marseille, I think they come from playing card um,
Yeah.
definitions, as I understand it.
Yeah. It's funny that you said in the beginning that you really don't know anything about playing cards, but then you start revealing all these things that you know about
Well, like I say, I've watched one
it.
video on it, one video.
You're an expert, Chris. Admit it. Just kidding. Oh man, that's funny.
I swear I've
But
only watched one video. You're going to see when I
he's
go
like,
to
I don't know anything
read
about it.
them, when I start just slinging cards and I'm shit at it, you'll see what
Then
I
he
mean.
gets into the history of playing cards. he brings out charts of graphs and stuff. This is the town in Italy where they were where they originated.
Aye,
Oh
all right.
man, that's funny. It's fun. I love numerology too, but there are a couple of numbers I struggle with. So I was going to ask you if there are any numbers that you struggle with. For me, it's 7 and 8 are the numbers that are just. I don't know if it's because they're sort of like close to the end, but they're not quite the end. So it's like 7 and 8. Like you pay attention to 10 and 9, and you pay attention to 1 through 6,
Yeah.
but 7 and 8 are just for some reason I mean, I have understandings for them, but they are the ones that I struggle with the most. Um,
Yeah. I would definitely agree with that. I think 7 and 8. Maybe I mean I'm kind of getting more comfortable with them as time goes on, but I definitely can relate to that what you said there about how Ace through Six are like this nice story. Do you know what I
yes,
mean? You can really kind of relate it to the analogy of the plant growing.
yes,
Whereas as soon as you get to 7 and 8, it's a wee bit like, oh, what
yeah. It's
what the
like,
shit is happening there?
yeah,
And then 9 and 10 come in again, and you're like, all right, okay, it's cool. But
I like
yeah,
I like to like in Rachel's book. She talks about she actually comes up with this really cool poem. I don't know if I think you're more of a 7 8 degrees of wisdom guy, but in tarot wisdom, she has created like a little poem. It's like one is for you know one is for unity and whatever, and it's just like all this kind of flowing lyrics, and it's really cool. But for 7, she says for spheres, which relates to the like the music of the spheres, Pythagoras, the 7 visible planets. Like in other words, the planets that were the objects that were moving in the sky. There were 7, including the
hmm,
moon and the sun. And what was the other one? 7. Oh, and for music, and I think maybe color too, because 7 is the number of colors in the rainbow. You have 7 notes in the scale, things like that. So it's pretty interesting. But yes, they don't fit in with the first 6 numbers, like in the story. Like there's always an interesting. I mean, they can fit, I think. Like, what is 7 for you? Like, what is 7 for you? It's like
Um, Mainly assessment. It's
assessment.
a time to kind of start paying attention to stuff, and you're being tested at the sevens. Whether you're having to kind of assess things for yourself, or whether you're being assessed by other people, for example, like in the Seven of Wands.
Yes.
Um, it's assessment seems for me to be the kind of underlying theme there, but you can look at it as like kind of growth from stability, which is a test in time. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like the kind of weird pal of the weird friend to the three. The three is growth, but you're kind of like almost growing from nowhere. So you're kind of like just bursting out into into the street, and like nobody cares because you've not been there before. Whereas when you get to the seven,
Yeah.
you've already been at that point, at that kind of 4 point. You've already reached that stability, and you've already had that feeling of accomplishment in your field.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden you're kind of putting yourself out there again. It can be really quite uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, growth from stability, I think
I
is
like
another
that.
kind of way of looking at it.
Yes, that's one thing I like. I like the, if you look at the if you look at it like as like a piece of geometry or something, you have the square at the bottom and then you have the triangle up top.
Hmm.
And that's the way I always thought it was, like growth from stability. Um, and for some reason, it's like when I'm in a reading, I have a I have trouble remembering that. I like in the Eudes Picard deck that I have that all the sevens have that square and it's like under soil, like in other words. So it's like
Right,
stability, and then above the soil you have the triangle or the 3 points,
right.
which is like the flower that's grown from the stability. So, and it's a pretty cool deck. I'll have to show you. It's kind of buried, but I'll show you another time. Yeah, I'm
What
actually
deck
planning
was
to
that?
do
Tell
it.
me again. Sorry.
It's the Eudes Picard deck. So he was
Oh,
it's of the Spanish tradition. He was right after Oswald Worth, sort of. Like Worth was a guy who did like majors only. Eudes Picard was like he focused a lot on the pips. I showed you the deck actually. You didn't really you were kind of weirded out by it because it's because swords are water instead
oh, cups are
of
air.
air. Yes, it's but
Yeah,
once you get past that, like, I mean, you could read it however you want, or you could think of the swords as cups. You know what I mean? Like it's just a mental thing you can do and still read them the way you read. You just would have to switch them in your mind, kind of like you do
yeah.
with playing cards. I mean, that's essentially what we're doing with playing cards anyway.
Oh, do you
Um,
get fancy playing cards there that don't have numbers on them?
these are the Samuel Weiser ones.
Mm.
I like this deck because number one, it has a really cool address on the front of it, which is very close to where I'm running. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 416 South 13th Street in Philadelphia. So these were like Samuel Hart and Company was in New York, but I guess there was a printing house in Philadelphia
Okay.
where these were printed. So and that's blocks away from where I was born. So it's kind
Oh
of
well.
cool. Yeah. So I like them, and these are also square too. They have, you know, they have sharp edges, kind of like a Mercedes deck. So, yeah, they're pretty cool. So I I I actually went on a hunt for these. I was looking for different playing cards without numbers because I thought that was like kind of cool for reading. But now I think I kind of prefer them because it's sort of it helps you out. You know what I mean when you see the number.
Yeah.
But I thought like visually, you can see the different shapes of like what's going on if you're reading like intuitively. But I think it's kind of hard to read intuitively with playing cards because there's, with Marseille decks, you have like all the little vines and you have a lot of other things going on. But, with something like this, I mean, you can do it, you can look and say, oh, well, you have like two stable structures and then you have like one, you have four on one side, four on the other, and then you have one in the middle. And it's kind of like, maybe you can think like, you're walled in, you're being supported by two people for finance because this is financially something like that.
Looks
Like,
like an H to me.
yeah,
H for hello.
yeah, that's that's another one that you could do.
Yep.
Uh, But
Sorry,
yeah,
did I throw you off there?
no, no, you didn't at all. I just you made me laugh. That's all. The core cards are a little funky in these, and it's hard to tell the jacks between the kings. But this is a jack,
Right,
and this is a king. So the king's like a little more mature. The jacks seem to be like moving
right,
and
okay.
walking, which is another kind of, I guess, hint for reading them, like how you would read them. So you have
Yeah,
like the jacks on foot. Um, so that could mean he's a messenger. Could mean he's active. He's he also has a weapon. So, but
cool.
yeah, I don't think I have any other decks to show you. I thought that was actually a playing card deck that I couldn't remember I ordered, but that was just the Marseille by Fournier, which I actually got the vintage version of.
Mhm.
I actually have it right here. I can show you really quickly. It's in a plastic bag. You probably all think I'm nuts. It's in a plastic bag with active carbon because I'm trying to get rid of the smell.
Oh, yeah.
But I may have showed you this already, actually. But this is that's the vintage of the Fournier. And then I'll just show you a couple of cards. I might have showed you that. Actually, I think on your live, I think I showed you these. So I'm just going to show you
Oh, you
one
might
or
well have
two.
done actually, yeah.
Yeah, these are very well known. This is something I'm trying to. It has this color. It's like very colorful Marseille, and then these are the backs.
Yeah,
But
it's nice.
I wanted one that I could just read with. You know what I mean? And I also wanted to
Yeah,
see. I want to compare them and see how much better the new deck or how much better the vintage is than the new deck because it's a collectible and I want to kind of have it in good shape and so forth. By the way, so what I did was I bought activated carbon bags. If you have something that smells like a book or like a deck of cards, or when a lot of times when you buy vintage tarot decks, they have like that old book smell, and some people really like it. Like Mendy loves the smell of vintage books, but I feel like
Mendy's in the
some.
chat, by the way.
Hello, Mendy. I'm talking about you. You caught me, but but I think that like the sometimes the smell is like got other things going on. I'm not sure if it's like musty or not, but these are impeccable condition. It's just they had like a little bit of a funky smell, and I kind of just want to cleanse them. I'm kind of weird about my cards that way. Like if they smell really good, I'm okay with it. Like sometimes you get a deck and it smells like, really good incense and it like you can tell it came from like a nice place. But sometimes it smells like incense and like, you know, cigarette smoke or something. And
Right.
in that case, I don't know how this works. I've read about it and apparently someone was telling me that librarians do this with older books and things. They put active carbon in a bag, and so I'm going to set it in there for a week and see what happens. But I also, one thing I did, well no, with the Pythagorean tarot, what I did was, and I found this method to really work well. They're a Llewellyn cardstock, so they're real thin and flexible, but I got a blow dryer, and I just blow dry them just to make sure they're dry before storing them, because if they came on a really rainy day from England. I the girl I ordered was somewhere in the UK, and I got it from Tarot Marketplace, the Pythagorean I'm talking about. And so when it got to me, the box was really damp, the outer box, and when I opened the cards, you could feel they were just a little kind of like they weren't wet, but they had like that humidity. I guess it was, it was a package. Who knows what the weather's like in England? I mean, it's probably raining and stuff, and it was raining here that day, so they were probably like all, all that like moistness in the air, moisture. But what I did was, but they were also kind of like on a slant,
Cool.
so I just used a blow dryer, and I was able to like it heated them up to where it actually made it get its original shape again, and then I just put them in a clamp. But anyway, I thought I would share that tip with you.
Yeah, cool. Robin's asking where you get activated charcoal. I think you can get it on Amazon and stuff, Robin. People buy it
Yes.
for like fish tanks and stuff.
Yeah, I do use some for fish for my fish, but this is different. It comes in. Oh, well, let me show you the pack real quick. I don't want to, but it comes in like a bamboo kind of material. Like this is a bamboo bag with activated charcoal. I don't know if it's the bag that's bamboo or the charcoal comes from bamboo. I'm not sure, but it's something having to do with bamboo. But you stick these in like shoe closets, and it makes the air smell fresh. It's an air purifier. So it came with this one, and then it came with one that you put in your refrigerator too, which was a plastic box. But I'm of course using that for cards as well. So I have a big trash bag with a few books in it. I have so many things. I'm just trying to like
Yeah.
uh, get rid of smell. But it was only like $14, I think, and for me, it's worth it because I want to have fresh smelling cards. So, but anyway, I thought I would share that share that bit of information I found out with you guys.
Deanne's laughing because you said about a rainy day in England. Deanne, I'm just glad he's not got into talking about Scotland. Never mind England.
Oh,
If England's bad, then Scotland must be torrential, biblical levels.
yeah. Well, then you have those brutal winters up there too. I would imagine, right?
There's what? Oh,
Brutal
brutal winters.
winters. Yeah, I would think that. I mean, I'm just using my imagination, but I would think
Uh,
it's pretty cold up there. No,
it can get pretty cold, yeah, but I don't think it would be any worse than your winters. I don't think.
really?
I
Yeah,
don't think
I
so,
mean,
no.
I'm in southeastern Pennsylvania, which is below New York, so I'm like kind of up in the mid Atlantic area, but um, I'm not that far south. Like if you drive 5 or 6 hours south, you start hitting the Carolinas and stuff, and it starts to
Mm,
get warm. But I'm about 8 hours from like the Adirondacks Mountains, also. So I think it depends. It really depends. We can have mild winters and we can have really cold winters.
yeah,
It all depends. But we're certainly not like Buffalo, New York, for instance, or like somewhere in New England, like Maine. But it gets really really cold, like in Canada, parts of Winnipeg and all the way up there. That those places have brutal winters. So I
yeah.
I was thinking you were on the level of like Canada, maybe. That's what I was thinking, but I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Neither do I, actually. Does
Yeah.
Does anyone know what I'm
Well,
level
it's
with?
not important.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, getting off on a
It's all right.
tangent.
We can research that another
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But anyway, I guess we can. Do you have any other thoughts, Chris, about playing cards? Or
Don't think so. Don't know. Probably as well to start getting people to, if they've got a question, pop it in.
yes,
Um,
and put it in
a
all
couple of people are,
caps.
yeah, all capitals and tag either myself or Justin or both of us, so as we can see. Simon saying I was told to wrap up well when I went to Edinburgh in November. It was really warm. Well, I'm surprised at that. I always find it really cold whenever I go over to Edinburgh, Simon. I don't know what it is. I always just find that it's such a really cold city. But oh well, if it was warm in
So
November.
okay, so Edinburgh must be up north then, or it's
No, actually, it's pretty much on the same level as Glasgow. It's like Glasgow's in the west and Edinburgh's in the east.
okay.
But it's like when I say west and east, there's an hour and a half drive between them, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, but I don't know what it is. I just find it. I always feel really cold when I when I'm there. Um, but
Could
yeah,
be maybe the seaboard that they're on might be a little colder or something. You know what I mean?
maybe.
Might get that sea the Are they near the? Is that a port? I would imagine it's a port city, right? Edinburgh.
Oh gosh, I don't think it's a port city. No, I think there is
Oh,
stuff to the other side of it, but certainly not where in like kind of the main town centre where
yes.
I've been.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because Glasgow's like Liverpool, isn't it? Isn't it like a very like I think of like ships and stuff. Isn't it like a big port city, Glasgow, or am I just making that up?
so we've got like the Glasgow shipyards,
Yes.
which is or the old Glasgow shipyards. I don't think it's really referred to that anymore, but it's on the River Clyde. It's not like right on the sea on the sea.
Yes.
Uh, so because like to the other side of us, there's like Ireland. So there is. So there's Ireland between us and the Atlantic. But anyway, that's not important. Um, yeah, it's on the main river that goes through Glasgow, which is the River Clyde that we kind of build ships and stuff.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going there. Obviously Ireland, but Scotland as well. I'd like to go to Scotland and
Yeah.
all over England. I think it's a beautiful place. I mean, when you see photographs, I would imagine it's probably the same thing for you guys. Like when you see pictures of like the American West or something, like I would imagine you probably were like, wow, that's something that's foreign to me, but it looks
Mm.
really beautiful, like mountains and things. I mean, America has a lot of geography, so we have everything from you know, states like Montana to places like Los Angeles, which is like tropical, and then we have Florida, you know. So there's a lot of different places weather-wise, but it's just funny when you look at pictures of, you know, the land of like the United Kingdom and Ireland. There's just a certain greenness about that land that it doesn't exist here. It's like very green,
Mm.
always, you know. And there's all like really cool rocks, like you see like stones, and it's a very mystical kind of place, like
Yeah.
visually for me.
If you
Maybe
ever
it's
come over, I'll take you up. We'll go up to Loch Lomond. Loch Lomond is so scenic and beautiful. It's
yeah,
really, really nice. And if you're into like climbing, hill walking,
yes,
there's Ben Lomond, which is the mountain, and then the Loch is or Loch is the kind of it's the Scottish word for lake.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's really nice. Sandy, Sandy intended to propose to me at Loch Lomond, but
Oh,
it was a big long story. Like long story short, we ended up the place we were staying was abysmal, and we ended up having to come home. And he proposed to me on our old flat. But yeah, he was intending to propose to me on Loch Lomond, so he was.
nice.
It's a lovely place.
Oh well, it's the thought that counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um. Oh,
Oh, we need a mod. Can I make somebody a mod? Because
sorry.
I have
I've
some.
got it. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on
And to answer your question, yes, I do all the time.
it. uh,
And I'm pretty sure I saw you in there too. All right.
where do I block them? I can put them in timeout, but hide them on this channel. There we go.
And this one too. So hold on. Okay. Do we have? That's something that I didn't even think of about mods. I don't care. I mean, like, I'm not offended by any of this bullshit. I would just
No,
slap
I
them.
find it quite amusing actually. I'm kind
Yeah,
of I feel insulted that I've not had anyone like that come into my chats yet.
yeah. I just don't get it. I mean, come on.
Um,
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. If that was disturbing to anybody, but anyway, they're just idiots. So,
right, why don't you mod? We've got Jackie here. Jackie's a seasoned moderator. Jackie doesn't stand for that kind of
so
bullshit.
do I just? Well, let me see
So
here.
see if you have you got YouTube open?
On my phone, I do. Can I do it there?
Yeah, so see if you go into it on your phone. Um, don't worry about it. Me and Simon are both here. Um,
Add moderator. Jackie, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay with that. But I just put you as a moderator. I just don't want anybody else who might be. Oh yeah, I did Simon.
yep.
Okay. Oh, people have no life whatsoever. I mean, they just go in there and like just want to mess with people. Come and see me. That's all I got to tell you. Okay. No, just kidding. Don't come and see me.
Um, I saw I saw Elle's message there. Elle had typed in all capitals saying "pull your finger out, Simon." But at first, I just glanced at the message and thought she was another one that needed moved, and I was like all on it. And then I was like, "Oh no, wait, it's just Elle slagging Simon off. It's fine."
Well, the best part is I'm like, let me see if there are any questions, and then I was like, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, oh no, I don't think that's one of my viewers. Did they not
I
like
don't
the
think they're
video
wanting that
today?
red
Am
on,
I
are they?
doing that bad? Jesus, my God, people are just insane. I could only imagine what the like what kind of people they are. I mean, you know, just no life whatsoever. Anyway, let's not waste
Oh.
any energy on these people. So do we have any questions, or should we read for that guy, or what? Just kidding. I'm not reading for him. No, I'm not spending any more energy on that. Let's see. Put L in a timeout. L, why are you in a timeout?
No, it was because of what I said, I think.
Oh,
So I think I saw Shane. Yeah, Shane's here. Hi, Shane. How are you?
hi Shane. I'm gonna use this deck.
Mendy says, I've missed it. I always feel left out when I don't get to see the crazy moments.
Oh, that was like, I mean, I've never had that happen either. I had one person. It's probably that one creep that always leaves like the bad comment. Like he left a comment on Tom Benjamin's channel, which I'm not even going to repeat what he said, and then he said something about us on the last live we did, but it was in the comment section, wasn't like in the live. But I
Yeah, I
knew I
think I
had
remember.
mods, but I wasn't sure. It was like, see, these are the things like I need to work out better, and I apologize if anybody was disturbed by that. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, good. Oh, another one. Good. Yeah, just I mean,
Yeah.
it's like get a life. Will you go find a girlfriend? If you're so big and macho, go get a girlfriend, take her out, and go have a nice evening. Stop messing with people. Okay. I'm sure you're so tough and macho.
It's probably we 12-year-old boys and stuff. They're
I would hope so,
just
because
learning to
that.
use bad words.
Yeah, I mean that would be understandable. But anyway,
Yeah.
so do we have any questions or?
Yeah, I think we're all I think we all get a bit excited about our
Well, this
guests
is
there.
entertaining. I hope
Um,
for you guys. I mean, you know what I mean. It's the entertainment. I was like, the,
the entertainment
oh yeah,
factor.
here we go.
I can only
Oh my
I don't
God!
know.
Like, get a life.
Um, what was I going to say there?
Yeah, just ignore them and block them when you see them. That's all.
That's fine. I think for now we're good. Um,
Yeah. So let's do some readings.
so yeah, if anyone wants a reading, if anyone's got a genuine question, um,
You know what's funny about
then
that
let us
though? I've
know.
never had to deal with that because if somebody said that to my face, like I'm not even going to get into it, but I would totally like punch that dude right in his face. I would have no problem, and he can come to Philadelphia and see me if he has a problem. So anyway, let me call my therapist.
um, yeah, Heather's. Don't worry, Heather. We take it in good spirit. So we do.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
can only imagine what
and
Becca. See the time when Becca had the chatterbaiters over. And I think who was it that was on their own? Was it Elle or something? Some poor soul was like one sole moderator in the chat, and like 200 chatterbaiters all commenting these things. Um,
the
and
banner off. What
yeah,
banner?
oh, so you've got Donna's comment over the screen.
Oh,
So see
sorry.
if you just click on any comment and then click it again to take it away.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry
That's
about
you.
that. I didn't
Sorry.
even I didn't even know I did that. Sorry.
Um,
Oh, is that Johnny from Tarot Oculus is here? Hey Johnny,
yeah.
how are you? I'm super new to. I'm going to highlight this one because this is really. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. See any questions or?
No, I don't think anyone's asked one yet.
Okay.
If at this rate, we will be reading for the
I was
trolls.
like the banner. I was like, what is she talking about? The banner.
The comment.
You know what we could do too if we do get any questions. We could maybe try and do it like Mendy, Jade, and Masha did, where we just try like we'll pull 3 cards, and then this
Yeah,
way
and then
it's
both
not too
you.
time consuming. It's just sort of we'll have one reading for each
Yeah,
person, 1 card pull, and then we'll both give our take on that.
yeah,
I think that's and we're gonna try with playing cards, but we might switch to tarot if
yeah. Okay, we've got a question here.
okay.
We've got 3 questions now. So,
Thanks.
Suzanne is saying, great timing. How is my business looking as an esthetician? Is that the word? Esthetician, Reiki master, and waxing specialist. What's an esthetician?
Anesthetician. That's
Yeah, I need to
I don't know.
Google
It's
it.
something medical. Yeah, I've never come across that word. Yeah, that's a good idea, Robin. I agree. Okay, we'll do that. Robin said, ask the playing cards what they can offer as opposed to tarot.
Yeah,
I think.
saw that. So, is an esthetician the same
Mendy,
thing as an... What was Mandy saying?
that's a good question. Brilliant question, Mendy. I'm on it.
Is an esthetician the same thing as an esthetician, which is about aesthetics? It's essentially a beautician.
Probably.
Um, oh, Suzanne said no
Jenna,
frown.
yes. Jenna, you just put it all in caps. And then we'll get to it.
What's in
So I'm gonna
beauty stuff? Skincare, skincare specialist.
perfect.
Cool. So are you pulling cards or am I?
Yeah, I guess I can pull 3 cards first, and then I guess we can both, whoever wants to go first, we can, and we'll just swap, kind of like how Mendy and Jade did.
Okay.
I like that approach. I thought it worked really well. So I guess we'll do 3, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because a lot of times with playing cards, you can't really read reversals because they're usually changeable, but this you could, and
Okay.
so I guess just read them however you want, past,
So
present, future, or
is the correct order? We're starting out with the 3 of clubs. We then get the
yes,
king of
exactly.
spades, and then we get the 4 of hearts.
Oh yes, sorry, but I think it goes
Okay.
out to them like normal. It's just to us, it's backwards.
No, it's the right way to me. I was just checking because I know StreamYard is funny.
Yeah, for
So
me, it's reversing it. Like for instance, this it looks like this is the doesn't look like it's the first card. No.
okay.
So yeah, so we got the 3 of clubs, we have the king of spades, and the 4 of hearts.
Okay. You want to go first?
Sure, unless if you're ready to go, you could. I just need a second here.
I'll chat away whilst you're thinking then. So Suzanne, first of all, we've got black, black, red. So that suggests to me that things were maybe starting off a bit tough, maybe kind of still going through that tough period. And that's perhaps why you're asking the question. But the red is on the kind of on the father side, so that means you've got good times to come. Okay. Now I'm sensing that maybe there's a wee bit of, things have started out tough, which is what you expect when you start a business. They've actually then maybe got a wee bit more difficult for you, and you're like, right, well, what the fuck's going on? Like, why are things not getting easier rather than more difficult? But just as a reassurance, you've got that 4 of hearts there, and the kind of future position, or what I'll call the future position. So if you stick at it, then things are kind of going to start going your way a bit more. Your 3 of clubs. So if we start looking at the elementals and the numerology here, 3 is kind of taking action. 3 is where we actually start doing stuff. Um, and then we're coming into the King of Spades in the present, which is interesting to me because what it suggests is that you've maybe started to run before you'd properly learned to walk. Um, I see a lot of action in the past, and then in the present, I see the King of Spades, who is like, for me, the king of the intellect, the king of the mind. He's the one that's kind of putting everything in control, and it's almost taking a step back from that action, and it's kind of putting things into place. It's starting to kind of think, right, okay, well, how can I apply my intellect to this? And just kind of bring things into order a wee bit more, and I'm kind of getting the feeling that that's maybe where you are just now. Going on into the kind of, the last card there, the Four of Hearts. There's a weird beeping noise happening. Is there an ambulance or a fire
Yeah,
engine on you?
I live
Oh,
near a firehouse. Yeah, sorry about that.
no, that's cool. I was just wondering what it was. Four of Hearts. So we've got stability, and we've got that kind of what we would maybe say is the emotional suit, the heart suit. It's the kind of element of water. Okay, so starting to feel a wee bit more stable. Okay, things are starting to feel a bit better. But not only are things getting better, but it's starting to feel better about them as well, which is really nice to see because sometimes when things kind of aren't going your way for long enough, even when they eventually go right, sometimes you kind of lose that feeling. You kind of lose that kind of that romance with them, and like when they start to stabilize, you kind of lose that loving feeling. That's not what we're seeing here. We're actually seeing that loving feeling kind of staying, and coming in at the end there. So what I would say is, don't be kind of put off by perhaps how things have gone in the past, and don't focus on the negatives. It looks as though there's some real positives coming in the future for you, and that's me.
Cool. I tried to use my mute button. Hopefully, you can hear me now. I unmuted. I'm
Yeah, I
good,
can
right?
hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're good.
So he's a tough act to follow, folks, but I'm going to give it a go here. So, I feel like the three of clubs. I feel like you've done everything already. You sort of planted the seeds for your business, and with the three, you're sort of just like allowing it to grow. And you're at that sort of stage where you're waiting for like the I guess the benefits or the all the products of your investments and so forth. But I feel like what's being said here for me is to focus on your craft with the King of Spades. Focus on mastering your skills and pay special attention to that. But I feel like with the four of hearts there, it looks like you're. I feel like that'll give you more peace of mind. It's like being you know focusing on your craft and mastering those little details about your business will make you feel better about everything that's maybe been on your mind. So I just think that the three again, just to say it again, is it's like you are waiting for whatever investments you've made to sort of pay off, and then also I would say focus on being creative, and that element of it. But for wands, I feel like it's things that you've done already, and three for me is like I said, it's about um, waiting for those returns, the whatever it is that you've invested, you're waiting for the payoff. And then, but I would say you have the king in the center, which is all about mastery and you know, like sort of making sure that everything is done the right way, like the king would do it. Cross all your T's and dot all your I's. Make sure everything is done. But I would say pay special attention to those little details of the business and mastering your craft, and then you will be happy with. And it's a simplistic kind of interpretation of the Four of Hearts here, but I feel like that's what it's saying to me. Is that that will bring you, that will make you feel more fulfilled. Um, you know, you will appreciate those things. You know what I mean? Um, how was that?
Cool. So if you're still here, Suzanne, let us know how that was.
Yeah,
Give us a bit of feedback. Right, okay.
and then
I think the
you can
next,
draw from your deck, Chris, next time.
sure.
I see
I think
Robin
Robin's was the
next.
next
Yeah,
question. He'd asked the playing cards what they can offer differently from the tarot. Interesting.
it's a good idea too, Robin. Actually,
Okay. Do I want to pull 3 cards for that?
whatever you want,
Just
whatever you
trying to
want to
think.
do. It's up to you.
Okay. How are you different from the tarot? King of Diamonds. So perhaps more grounded, more down to earth. Maybe a bit more relatable. The King of Diamonds is the king of that earth suit, isn't he? And the Diamonds is the most kind of, it's the most tangible suit. It's the most it's the suit that we can probably most relate to in our everyday lives, you know. Unless you're a really esoteric person, I would imagine the everyday kind of person who, you know, goes to their work, works all day, comes home, watches TV, blah 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 blah. The kind of the general main most important things that kind of get that person by is, obviously doing their work, making sure they stay healthy, and making sure they've got money to do the things that they want to do. So for me, the sort of earth is the most easily relatable to for the general public, and maybe not just if you were like kind of just taking our community, you might look at that a bit differently. But I would say for the general public, earth is probably the most relatable. So in that vein, I would say that the answer is it's perhaps more kind of uh, more relatable. That's all. Just more relatable. Do you want some more cards to read from, Justin, or
Uh,
you've
I got it. I'm back. No, I think I agree with what you were saying. I think that it's a very the way I see the King of Diamonds here is, very much like the King of Pentacles. I think it's just a practical way of mastering the tarot for me. I mean, because I'm very much a tarot person, um, and I always will be a tarot person. So playing cards, divination with playing cards is a very secondary kind of um, thing for me. So I feel like it's a means to mastering my skill. It's funny because it's very similar to the last king, but I see kings as mastery. I see them as the most accomplished of their suit. So that's
yeah
so I think so Earth for me is like in a very practical kind of sense. Um, Practicality and groundedness, and also just like the physical practice um of you know playing with the cards. So I think that's what it could offer. You know what I mean? For me, from my perspective.
cool. So Suzanne says 32 years of business and times have been trying. I do feel like I've lost my mojo for my business. Thank you. This is how I read the cards. It does feel
Is that the next one, or wait? Did we skip
no,
Mendy here?
that's not a question.
Oh,
That's Suzanne's feedback.
oh, okay, cool.
So see the first person we read for, that's Suzanne.
Yes.
So
Oh,
she's just saying thank you, and says it
gotcha.
does feel like a repositioning of how to market. Thank you for your confirmation of how I'm feeling.
Perfect.
Robin's quite happy with what we're saying about practical thinking. Jackie's asking, people are asking what deck you're using, Justin.
Oh, this is the Samuel Weiser, or I'm sorry, Samuel Weiser, Samuel Hart and Company playing card. It's actually this cool little deck that is put out by U.S. Games, and it's really high quality, and it's sort of a what do they call it? A replica of the 1858 Samuel Hart poker deck, but it's got no numbered pips. It's kind of it's a pretty cool little deck. I like it. I have a few of those. trying to see what I'm going to use. I also have the Pro Vote too, which is this is Fleur Noir.
Right.
And this is one I never use because I feel like I'd bang it up a little bit. And if I did decide to use it, I'd have to round the corners. But I really like the core cards on this. It's really, really beautiful. And I know some people here probably have this. But similar type deck, where you have the pips, but no number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought
Nice.
for reading, that would be kind of useful. But it's not necessary to me. I'm going to use something a little more colorful here. I pulled out another deck. This is called the Odyssey playing card deck, and it's
All right.
very colorful, kind of, and it actually has fully illustrated images on it. So,
Ooh.
so we're going
For
to
the
ask.
purpose of divination, or is it for
Well, it's just a playing card deck. I mean, you can use it for anything. I
right.
don't. Yeah, it's not like a divination deck. I don't think. Um, but it's. Let me just show you a couple little cards here. It has like a lot of cool mythological. Is that the Loch Ness monster? You would know, Chris.
I don't. I mean, nobody knows what the Loch Ness monster looks like, but it doesn't
Oh, I
look
thought
very
you
Loch
lived down the
Ness
street from him.
monstery to me.
And then if you turn it upside down, they have sort of like reversal. So I guess it is for divination because
Okay.
it's got reversals, right? On one side you have the whale, which is like I guess it's a realistic creature, and then you have the unrealistic creature in the
Yeah.
reverse. And then you have
Simon said £5.20 ordered. Lol. What did you order, Simon? What was £5.20? I want one. I'm joking. But what did
what's
you
that?
order?
Oh, the Samuel Hart one.
I'm not sure.
It's really inexpensive and it's a good quality. I know that. I didn't pay a lot for it. It was on Amazon, if that's what they're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
cool deck. I like it. So we're going to ask about. So Mendy wants to know how long it will take for her beautiful cartogram deck to get to her, and we expect full walkthroughs and pictures. I've actually been waiting for her to get that deck because I want to see how it is. I've already sold Mosh's, so I want to see how this one is.
Samuel Hart 1850 is the answer to my question to Simon.
Yeah, and it's U.S. games, so it has that really tough kind of card stock too. So, like for instance, this one it has like that linen kind of bicycle quality to it, where that has more of an old-fashioned kind of actual card. And I kind of like both, but I feel like sometimes, I don't know, it just feels like more real for me. You feel the paper, and I know Simon likes paper, so he might like that deck if he doesn't have it already. Okay, so I guess let's pull 3 cards because that's what I always do. So we have the 4 of spades. We have the 8 of spade, and oh, this is a double-sided card. You know what? I'm going to keep this in there
I was
because
going to say, I think that's a
I'm not
sign
going
that
to.
you've only
Yeah,
pulled 2 cards.
I'm not going to do that. So, I'm going to say Mendy because it's already been shipped. I know that. I'm going to say within a week, about 8 days. I'm going to say, which is in the middle for timing. I don't know. I would say 4 to 8 weeks, but I mean 4 to 8 days. But I think it's going to be 8 days. It's in the center, and that's interesting for timing. I don't know how you would do that otherwise, but it kind of makes it easy that I got this double-sided kind of blank here. So I feel like that's either that or you're going to get it in April the 8th, or you're going to get it August 4th. But I'm pretty sure it's 4 to 8 days. Let's hope it's not 4 to 8 weeks, but you never know in this day, COVID.
So, Mendy, I did something a wee bit different before Justin pulled these cards. I was thinking I'm just going to use the first two cards that he pulled because I can only think of a way to read this with two cards. So I like that the third card was a bit of a duff there. Um, the
Isn't that
first
funny?
card I was like, what's that?
Oh, that's funny that that
I know,
happened. I mean,
I
it's
know. So
synchronicity.
the first card, the number on the first card was going to be, where it was on the scale of ace through 10 was going to tell us how long the total wait should be. So, one being ace being like kind of really speedy delivery, kind of in total from when she first ordered it to when she gets it. And then the second card is whereabouts are you on that scale? How far are you there? So the four suggests to me not too long. We're not talking Amazon by 10 p.m. that same day. That's not that quickly. But at the same time, we're not talking, um, like 3 months Kickstarter stuff, even longer sometimes. So reasonable time to wait for the four there, I think. And eight says to me that you've waited most of the time. You've not got, it's going to be here quicker than the amount of time that's already gone by, would be my guess. But bearing in mind I don't read timing, and that was just
I
how
tend
it
to with
went in my
timing
head.
like questions. I think I'll just see where my eyes go, and wherever like my eyes land on with number wise, or if there's any other kind of it's all intuitive. You know what I mean? I feel like, and that's the only way it could be unless you have a specific method for reading time. But time is probably one of the harder ones. But I think that's perfect because there's a bit of common sense in there too. It's not going to take 4 to 8 months, so
Yeah,
it's probably not going to take 4 to 8 weeks. It's probably going to be between 4 and 8 days. Say. And France is very fast shipping. Like usually with Yves Renault, I will get a deck within a week. Usually it'll take it about a week, just over a week. So like let's say I order it on a Friday, the whole 5 days of the next working week will go by, and I might get it on that following Monday, something like that. But sometimes I will get it by Friday.
yeah.
Um, from France. So
When did
they've
you
been pretty
order it,
good.
Mendy? When did Mendy order it? Do we know?
I know they just shipped it, I think, or it's been printed. So because she did tell me that it was, she said basically that they had just printed it because it takes a while. They're all handmade. It's
Right.
beautiful.
Okay.
If you didn't watch that video, I think I may have sent it to you, but if not, I will. The cartogram, their whole process. It's first off, they have one of my favorite tunes playing. They have Canon and D minor by Pachelbel, and it's just it gives me goosebumps watching because it's such a beautiful process. Everything is done by hand, and it's the quality is unmatched. But they're over $300 a deck. I mean, for a full deck, a lot of them. So it's an investment. I mean, and I'm considering getting one. I
Yeah.
don't know how soon, but uh, I think I'm going to get one. I just don't know which one. I'm actually thinking of one of their majors onlys. I like the Oswald Worth because not because it's cheaper, and it's not much cheaper. It's still like 280 pounds, or no, it's 180 pounds, so it's still like over $200. But I just like the gold, the hand, sort of the hand applied gold stamping on it. It
Yeah. The
has.
foiling.
Yes, exactly.
Right, we've got a couple. So Blah, welcome, and yeah, you can ask a question. Just pop it in capital letters, please. Um,
Let's see. I'm looking blah. I'm from the UK.
uh, I don't. I think that I think that question from Good Looking Honky is genuine. Um,
Where? Good looking honker. Let's see.
it's further down, but it says, "I'm a handsome tourist looking for a slim cow. Any news?" Thanks, Peter North. Um, but anyway, I think there's questions before that. So
Okay, so I have Mendy here. Let's see. And then under Mendy, I might have been scrolling too fast, but I didn't see any.
I think there
Okay.
was talking to someone called Jenna. Jenna, I think you tried to ask a question. Um, Oh, so hi, I'm new, so maybe just ask a question.
Oh wait,
Mm.
how do you read German suits of bills, leaves, acorns? Oh, okay, but that's quite a general question by Teddy. That's
Yeah,
not. So I definitely know what you mean. That's a tough one. I have a tarot deck. So Teddy wants to know, how do you read German suits of bells, leaves, acorns, and what are their traditional associations and functions? I don't know. I do know that it's in this book here, which I have handy, The Mystical Origins of the Tarot by Paul Hewson. I do know that he talks about that in here somewhere. And I'm just going to see if there's a graph on it. But he does have associations, and I believe, yeah, that's German. I'm not going to spend too much time looking. If it pops out, I'll show you. Hey, Daddy, get down. Oh, she's being bad tonight. Come on, Mama. Say hello to everybody.
this is Stephen's favourite cat.
Yeah, that's his cat. Yep. That's Nugget, little Nugget.
So I
She's a good
think,
cat. She's just a little funny, that's all. That's all right.
yeah,
So, yeah, check this book out, The Mystical Origins of the Tarot by Paul Hewson. I do know he goes into it, but I mean, I know there is a correspondence, but I just don't know what it is. Like,
cool.
at least, but sometimes, even in tarot, or, well, in tarot also, but like tarot and also using, English style playing cards, not everybody agrees on that. So I would say what works for you, I think it's all kind of, what do you say, like, arbitrary.
Yeah,
You better not knock anything down, Dad.
right, okay.
So, did we find another question, or?
Well, I think the questions will be deleted, but to be honest,
Oh, it was a funny question.
I think Blah was actually genuine. I think so. I think what happened was Blah had come in and just asked a question, but then someone else came in and said something about I'm a good looking Taurus looking for a
Oh,
slim cow, and I think that's maybe come across a bit weird. So Blatt said slim cow question mark, and I think the both of them have just been booted out,
oh,
given the boot.
sorry. If you had a genuine question, definitely re-ask it. If not, I gotta get my cat
Yeah,
down because she's,
I sort the cat.
because I
Um,
I have so many. Look how she's. Oh, you missed that one. I can't even. She like literally had her. I can't even explain it. It's funny.
right, cool. I just wasn't sure if you guys had maybe seen something that I didn't. But Blah has asked, will I be able to reserve a house in Harrow View West? Harrow View West.
Okay,
Will I be
Harrow.
able to
Well, that's
reserve a?
that's enough information for us. It's your poll, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jackie. Yeah, we answered Jackie.
Right, let's see. So reserving a house in Harrow View West. Right, we've got 10 of spades, 8 of hearts, and 5 of spades. I don't know if that's looking good, to be honest, Blah, in my opinion. We've got 2 blacks and a red, which, if you're just going to read that as 2 no's and a yes, then it's a resounding no. If we start looking into what the cards actually mean, we've got the 10 of spades, which is walking away from something. We kind of associate that with what the 10 of swords in tarot. So it's the 10 of air, which is kind of the tens anyway. They're the renewal of a cycle. So there is that kind of walking away. Again, you've got the 8 of hearts, which is also kind of we associate with walking away with going on a journey. Now, you might take those two and think, right, okay, well, no, I'm holding up the wrong ones. You might take those two and think, right, well, that would make sense if I'm looking at moving house, at reserving a house and moving. Maybe it is good to have those kind of cards there, but you've got that five of spades coming in at the end there, which is, it's not the most positive card in the world for what we're looking at. I would, you know, I would never tell you to kind of make a decision based
Yeah.
on a card reading, but what I would say is just keep yourself open to other options that you've got, because I highly doubt that the house in Harrow View West is the only option that's available to you. So just keep your mind open. If there might be something else that comes along that's even better for you. Okay,
Yeah.
what about you, Justin?
Well,
Have I
I
got these
think
the
it.
right way
I
around
think
for you?
yes. No, I think that. I think you pretty much hit it with the no because of the five of swords at the end, or spades, which is basically five of swords for me. Um, yeah, I think I agree with you 100% on that. I don't really. I wonder though, because of the eight. Um, I just wondered, like the eight in the middle, the eight of hearts. I wonder if he's like happy where he is, or if he's content like already. If it's something that he really already wants, like if he really wants to reserve a house in this place. And I wonder if it's to move there or is it vacation? Like that would be an interesting question. But
Mm,
I just wonder with the eight of hearts in the middle. But yeah, I definitely see the five of spades being a no, pretty much, or at least having problems doing it.
yeah. Okey-dokes. So the way we're doing this, Blat, is we're both reading from the same set of cards. So I've pulled the cards for you. I've read from them, and now Justin's read from them. So that's your reading, my friend. That's just the way we're doing it today. So hopefully that kind of makes sense for you. Hopefully that kind of resonates. Like we say, just keep yourself open to kind of any other options that you've got, and check back in and let us
Anticipate
know how you've got on.
problems, I would say. Anticipate challenges. That would be my thing.
Okay, dogs. Right, did we have any other questions then? I don't think we did,
Well,
unless
that's
I've
okay.
missed
We can
something.
probably end a little early if we don't have any more questions, we can wrap it up a little early.
Did Jenny ask a question? Or Jenna, sorry, not Jenny, Jenna. Did Jenna give us a
Justin, will
question?
you do your cards? Blah.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
was answering there.
I'll that's fine. I'll pull one for him. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't see that, so not a big deal. I guess I'll use this deck. It's the one he handed to me. I'll pull one card. How's that? Is that fair? Like Chris did for the other one, I thought that was a pretty good idea. And for yes and no's, it's kind of like sometimes
Yeah,
kind of comes in handy with just one card. The six of hearts. So I would say that sort of you know, well, let's see. Six is about harmony. It's about overcoming challenges. So with the given the last reading with the five of spades, and then now you have the six of hearts here. Maybe it's overcoming that. So if you really want it, you'll be able to get it, but anticipate the challenges. And the six is kind of like overcoming the obstacles of that five. You know what I mean? It's like you are, if your heart is set on it, quite literally here, then you will be able to pull. But the question is how bad do you want it, and how many problems are you willing to go through to get it? So that would be my interpretation on that. So,
so
Chris, do you have a theory about the six of hearts?
give it time. Time is quite a big thing for me with the six of water. Sometimes things just take time.
Three. He said three. I mean, I think we already agreed on the system. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I know.
I don't
I
want to
think
like.
I think they're at it. So Simon's on it. We should have listened to your instinct, Simon. To be
Right.
honest, that was um But yeah, anyway, sorted.
Yes, please, woohoo. Oh, if they're having fun, I mean, as long as there's not saying anything nasty.
Um,
Well, that was an
but
eventful live we had tonight, wasn't it? It was very
that was
fun
good. Do you
and a
know,
lot of
I actually enjoyed that more than what I would normally expect to enjoy doing playing card stuff, doing something like that I've not done before. So I'm glad we did this.
good. Yeah, me too, man. It was fun and definitely with I figured, I figured if we did it like collaboratively as we did, as I saw in Jade and Masha and Mendy's thing, I thought it would be good for this because if one of us was stumped on the playing cards, we could help the other out and what have you. But yeah, I
Definitely.
think it's definitely it's kind of cool that we had a good time doing it. So possibly more playing card reading in the future.
Aye. Robin said, I enjoyed this more than a basket full of cats.
A basket full of cats.
Yeah, Robin
I
said
have a
earlier
basket
on,
full of cats here, Robin. If you want one, I can
he
get
said
you a
earlier
cat.
on about the sevens. See, when you were saying about the sevens
Yeah,
numerology, he said, when you were saying seven colours of the rainbow, seven blah blah blah, he said the seven dwarfs.
the seven dwarfs.
Yeah, and it's funny because how's this for synchronicity, Robin? Look who's on my
Oh,
mug.
there you go.
Yeah. Um, my Sandy's folks, Sandy's mum that does it. She's got a nickname for like kind of all of us, and like Sandy's folks, his brother and sister, his brother's wife, me and Sandy. We've all got a dwarf nickname. So who can guess which dwarf I am? And I'll give you. It's not Grumpy. That's Sandy's dad's
Dopey.
Grumpy. You
No, just
cheeky
kidding.
bastard.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not dopey.
That would be me. I would be dopey. Dopey or sleepy, one or the other.
No, not sleepy either. Um,
Robin, that makes
no,
total sense that your favorite is Grumpy. That makes total sense. I'm just kidding. Grumpy.
it looks as though everyone's saying happy. No, I'm Doc. So I wear glasses and I stumble over my words sometimes, as you guys well know. So I'm Doc out of the seven of us.
Oh yeah,
Mandy
Doc's
loved
the older,
Grumpy
smart
for
one.
Robin.
It's been years since I watched that. That um, what is it? Not
Snow
Sleeping
White and
Beauty.
the
What's it
Seven
called? Snow
Dwarfs.
White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah,
But what's funny? With those old like fairy tales, there is often a lot of symbolism and stuff in it, and that's probably why they chose seven dwarves. I mean, because a lot of times, things that are sort of repeat in nature come in sevens. You have 7 days of the week. You have seven this, seven that. You have seven. Right, seven continents. Do we? I don't know. Seven
sure.
seas. It's a lot of sevens out there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
definitely.
music is a perfect example of that because you have like they tend to. I think I just want. I'm trying to remember where I read that, whether it was Rachel's book or just before we end. I'm just going to show you this book, "The Mystery of Numbers." This is really great. This is by Anne-Marie Schimmel, and this was a book that was recommended by the guy who designed the Pythagorean Tarot. But it's a cross cultural kind of analysis of numbers 1 through 10. Actually, zero through 10, I believe. Might
Hmm,
end at 9, but 0 through 9. Actually goes more even higher than that. I've only read the first 10, but it has a lot. I mean, it's like, for instance, there's 17 here, which is numbers of conquest. But I found this to be really helpful for understanding numbers, and that's where I think that's where I got that from, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway,
cool.
this has been a lot of fun, and I appreciate everybody stopping by. And Chris, do you have any announcements? Oh, well, you have Simon's thing coming up, right? Don't you? Is that this week or
That
Saturday?
is a week on Saturday. So the 7th, Simon, is that right?
Yeah, he's going to be on the
Um,
Hermit's Cave. which is very exciting. I'm very excited for you, Chris.
I'm sorry I've just seen Sue's comment. Sue
S
said
Club
S
7.
Club 7.
That's one of Steven's favorite groups, S Club 7.
Is
He loves
it?
that group.
Really?
Yeah, he's like he had like some kind of they're British, right? Aren't they English? Like an English boy
Yeah.
band or something? Yeah. Yeah,
No,
he
they're
has
not a
like
boy
their
band. There's females and males in it.
oh right. Well, whatever. I've never really actually listened to them, but I know we have a lot of rare stuff here and I know Steven likes them.
Does he know all the dances off by heart?
Probably. I wouldn't put it past him. He's when we first met, he actually made me he was trying out for American Idol and I actually waited with him all day because he's a really good voice. I mean, he's a very good singer. So
Right.
we went to the he was also an actor. He was in Dawson's Creek. He was but like
Stephen. You're Stephen.
yeah, he was in like small parts, you know what I mean? And he was also in
Wow.
what's the name of the show?
Go
So
get
you have
him. We want to speak to
Dawson's
Stephen now.
Dawson's Creek and no, he's not like a big actor. He was like he like little tiny parts. Like they would go down the what's the one the other one? He's probably like got his earbuds in the bedroom, but um there was another show. It took place in Wilmington, North Carolina. Um, from that era, I can't remember it, but there's a One Tree Hill. That was the other
Oh
show.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know
but
One Tree
Dawson's
Hill.
Creek
Yeah,
and One Tree Hill, you see him like there's different scenes. Sometimes I'll make him put it on for me. Like you'll see Steven standing at the locker, like talking to somebody, like little stuff, like extra work, basically is what he
yeah,
did.
extra.
But
Right,
he
you need to send me it then. You need to send me like clips of what he's been in.
yes, a part of his he was an aspiring actor when I met him, and he also wanted to be on American Idol. So he made me wait one day, like for like I had to wait seriously like 8 hours, like in I think it was the Spectrum or one of those places like in Philly where the sports teams play, where they
Yeah,
had the tryouts, and like I had to like sit there and wait with him. But it was fun nonetheless. But not that I would ever do it again. I think he tried out probably 4 times for that. So
yeah,
he's very into that kind of stuff. So S Club 7. He also likes all those other English shows with Simon Cowell and this and that. So
yeah. X Factor. He sounds like an absolute legend. How did we get stuck with you, Justin?
I don't know actually. Honestly, I lucked out. He is a good guy. Steven's very good. Because we met when we were really young and he was dumb enough. So I kind of just kept him around for that reason. You know what I mean? Or he's kept me around for that reason, I should say.
um,
How dare
Elsie's.
you, boy band? Oh, that's what I think of. I don't know. I don't even know who they are. Like, I just know that they're a British group, but he would know.
Yeah,
We have very different tastes in music. I'm very much a very classic rock kind of guy. I like a lot of like like I love like Led Zeppelin, and I'm a Beatles fan, and I'm a big Elton John fan. He's like he likes all those too, but he's also into like a lot of poppy stuff. So
cheesy pop. Yeah, I
he
think
loves all that.
Me and
Yeah,
Stephen would get on music taste wise.
he's really really into all that funny stuff. So I mean, I like some of it. I think we agree mostly on Adele. Like I think that probably the person we relate most on as far as an artist is probably Adele. I would say
Right.
that's I think that's where we kind of meet in the middle. But
Cool.
anyhow,
Oh, well, that was a nice wee tidbit of
yeah,
information at the end there, wasn't it,
yeah,
guys?
exactly. Went off on a hell of a tangent in classic Justin fashion.
Yeah, you'll need to get Stephen on with you one time.
Yeah, that'll never happen. I'll have to get him when he's sleeping.
That's a bit creepy. No, don't do that.
Like
He could probably sue us, putting him
it'll
on the
just be
public
him yelling
domain
at the
against his
whole.
will.
It'll be him yelling at the cat to get off of him because the cat always jumps on him like when he's sleeping because the cat literally is attached to him, and he'll just be jumping on the cat,
Yeah.
or the cat will be jumping on him, and he'll be like screaming at the cat like "Get off me" at 4 a.m. That's what I hear. Anyway, well, thanks everyone. I appreciate you, and catch Chris on Saturday on the Herman's Cave, catching up.
No, a week on Saturday. It's not
Oh,
Saturday coming.
sorry. Well,
Saturday the 7th
yeah,
of
keep your
November.
eyes open, folks. Okay, we'll be on there soon.
Yeah, thanks
It's
everyone. It
good.
was nice to speak to you all, and thank you, Justin, for having me.
You're welcome, and visit Chris's page. Good
Thank
seeing
you.
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.